Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Max's Perspective Podcast. Hope you're doing well on this Friday. Looking forward to the weekend. Okay, today we are going to talk about something that I love recently, and that is podcasts. I'm sure you have heard of this, and they have been around for many years, but in recent years or even months, they have become very, very popular. It is like a whole new medium that a lot of people don't realize is available. So we think of TV, websites, magazines, newspapers, we think of apps, we think of YouTube channels, and that's how we get our information and our entertainment. But there is a whole another, I forgot books. There is a whole other world of information that you can access, and that is podcasts. If you don't know about podcasts, I highly recommend getting onto it. It's basically like a free radio show that anybody can make. But people make really good shows, and even companies, and for example, BBC has their own podcast. So podcasts range from some guy in his basement all the way to the BBC or Time Magazine or The Economist or TED Talks or something. So you can find absolutely any topic, any category. There's podcasts about movies. There's podcasts, actually movies, that's so broad. There's podcasts about bad movies and they make fun of bad movies. There's podcasts about the latest movies. There's podcasts about maybe just superhero movies. There's podcasts about the funniest movies. There's podcasts about old movies, whatever. So like you can really get down to the very specific thing you want to hear about. Podcasts about health, relationships, news, history, and all these categories I'm mentioning can be broken down. So whatever you're interested in, whatever you study, whatever your job, whatever your interests, you can find podcasts related to that. And some of them are just fun and funny, and they have no real topic, but they just people chatting, and they're hilarious. They're absolutely hilarious. So I'm going to give you 4 or 5 of ones that I like to get you on your podcast journey. And one thing I should mention, it's very obvious. Podcasts are a great way to practice your listening, your English listening, and build your vocabulary and get information and give you ideas. By the way, I know that podcasts have become very, very popular in Taiwan, so you can find podcasts in any language, not just English, of course. There's hundreds of Taiwanese podcasts. All right. My favorite podcasts. I'm not the most well knowledgeable person about podcasts, but it's something I'm getting into more and more every week. But I have a few that I kind of like to go back to. Okay, so my favorite one is called How I Built This. How I Built This. It is a podcast where the host interviews guys and men and women who have started companies. So it's called How I Built This. So it's obviously meaning like how I built this company. And he interviews some of the founders of some of the most well-known companies that we know. For example, he'll interview the Airbnb founder, the Uber founder, now I can't remember any, but one of my favorite ones is he interviews the founder of Southwest Airlines, which is like a national airline in America. Amazing episode, such a funny guy. But anyway, I love that one because you hear about all the struggles that people went went through trying to start a company and their amazing stories. And you learn a lot about starting a company and basically just how the ideas happened and all the energy and effort that had to go into it. Very interesting, always entertaining how I built this. For news, I like the BBC podcast. So they do a podcast, or they do an episode, I think twice a day. But anyway, you get very regular news from them. They're like half an hour long, and it's all the daily news, the most recent news. And yeah, it's kind of like watching TV, or I don't know. You could read the news from the BBC app or website, or you could just have somebody tell it to you. And they interview people. It's quite casual. So I think it's a nice way to get the news. All right. Another one I like is called Stuff You Should Know. Very popular podcast. Stuff You Should Know. Very old. Like, it's been around for years and years. And it's just two guys, and they find one little topic, something sort of weird, or not weird, but like things you might not think about, and they just talk about it. Like, and they do all the research and all the science and everything behind it, and they tell you what it is. For example, like really strange things, like how did countries get their names, or how does pain work, or something like that, or I don't know. It could be absolutely anything. I'm just reading some here. I don't know, like the history of turkeys or something, because it's Thanksgiving. Okay. They'll just choose one little thing, like something we don't really think about, but we don't know how it works, and then they'll explain it. So it's just very interesting. Yeah, it's quite entertaining, and they're quite short, 20, 30 minutes. So yeah. And I'll give you one more. I'm very interested in design, like graphic design and art and architecture and things like that. So I think one of the most popular podcasts for that industry is called Design Matters. And that is a lady called Debbie Millman, and she will interview some of the best and most famous designers of our current time. And she interviews like the top people in the industry, and she's got a great way of talking to them and just getting them to discuss their work. Yeah, that's called Design Matters. Very, very nice one. So that's what I mean. Whatever you're interested in, you can find your topic. Or if you just want something quite nice, like you can find short people reading stories or murder mysteries or crime, like actual crime solving stories or something like that. Absolutely anything. And here's your question for today. Which of the following is not a reason to listen to podcasts? A, you can learn something new. B, you can meet new friends. C, you can have some entertainment. D, you can get the news. All right, good luck. All right, boys and girls, podcasts. Please let me know, what podcasts do you listen to? I'm looking for new podcasts, so I would love to know if there's any you think I should listen to. Are there any English podcasts in Taiwan, like Taiwanese people or English people in Taiwan making podcasts about Taiwan? I would like to know that. All right. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.